a little test drive of the Ralliart.
Yeah, you kind of got to like fall into it.
Pretty bucket. Once upon a time, I sat in ride Lomax seats. My friend had them in her S2000. Super tight.
Yeah.
And these are pretty stiff. They're nice seats, but man, daily driving?
It's better than these stockers, let me tell you.
They hold you in place.
Yeah, I like it.
Very nice.
Is that normal right now? And then you press up, and now it goes into sport. And then you hold it for like 3 seconds. And then now it's in S Sport.
So, what's the difference? I'm guessing S Sport is like the race mode.
Yeah, so when you want like super aggressive shifting with the the clutch grabbing really hard, that's when you would use S Sport. So, and then if you want to launch, you also have to be in S Sport. You can't launch in any other mode.
Interesting. Okay.
I've never launched it.
Yeah.
I don't want to break the transmission, so I don't launch.
I know.
But yeah, if you're doing any like spirited driving, S Sport, way to go. If you're doing highway driving, I would recommend Sport mode. I don't recommend using normal at all.
Okay.
It just slips way too much, and you're gonna damage the transmission. According to Cosmic, they said the clutch pack is gonna wear out more.
Okay.
In normal, so they said just drive in sport. You don't need anything else.
The Sport and Sport. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Also, the paddle shifters.
Yeah, same pedals as mine.
So
Cool.
they recommend manual mode only. Don't do any auto unless you're going like super slow everywhere. Then auto's fine.
And then just like I guess on mine, you just pretty much before stop you just downshift all the way to first gear.
Yeah,
Same thing.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
This minus the clutch, but very nice. All right. I guess we'll try with this sport mode first. So this is up.
Yeah. So also you can't go into S Sport unless you're like at a standstill. Like you can be rolling, but like 3 miles per hour is just like barely anything.
Gotcha. So at a red light, you can kind of switch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It takes a bit of time, like 3 seconds for it to engage. So yeah, they don't let you do it like at a higher.
Second gear, 3,000 RPM. Second to fourth. Yeah, the SS, well not SST, but the S Sport mode really shifts very violently.
Yes.
Big difference.
Big difference.
So Jeff was telling me if you want to do just normal driving, just sport mode. But you know, if you want to do spirited driving, the S Sport mode is, you definitely feel very aggressive. One thing though, the downshifts are very crisp. So whether it's sport mode or S Sport mode, both of them are awesome. But yeah, definitely S Sport mode is the way to go. It just feels more jerky and more rough. So my wife wouldn't like that. She doesn't like the jerkiness in all my cars. She's like, oh, why is it always so rough when I ride in it? I was like, well, firstly, if it's a manual, it's gonna be like that. Lancer is tuned for aggressive shifting. Not as aggressive as this, but yeah, it's third gear. That's pretty good. Shifts pretty quick. But I do have to say, it's more torque down low, but I can also feel it's a heavier car.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you said the Sportback weighs around what, 35?
Around, yeah.
Around 35, okay. And I wish I had my Lancer. I could take you for a ride.
Yeah. See the difference.
It's pretty different. I guess like that car, from the factory they say it's 2,900 pounds. That makes it like, I think 400 or 500 pounds lighter than the Evo 10 because no all-wheel drive. And the way it comes on, it's, to be honest, I don't really drive all-wheel drive vehicles much. I've driven the Subaru's all-wheel drive more. This one, the Mitsubishi's all-wheel drive, almost feels like a front-wheel drive. Almost. Again, I never really took like huge, like spirited corners at a high speed, but just normal driving, it almost feels like a front wheel with a little bit of rear-wheel drive. I don't know if it's making any sense.
I mean,
maybe the distribution is a little different than Subaru.
Yeah. I used to have a WRX, so.
Do you feel any differences? Like in the all-wheel drive system?
Not really.
Not really. violent when it shifts. Do you notice the gas mileage dropping a lot more whenever you go from sport to S Sport?
It's just a matter of how heavy your foot is.
Okay. Gear 2000. Second to fourth is pretty violent. So that's like around 2000 RPM, but then turbo kicks in at 35, and like Jeff was saying, around 6 granules when it dies. So yeah, that's where I'm shifting, right around 6, slightly after 6, right before red line. So you have that small little, I guess you can say, RPM range to kind of play around with. But definitely for a daily driver and your occasional spirited driving, it's enough power. It's just a very versatile car because it could be, I mean, from the outside, it could be a mom car, right? A soccer mom car, no one would know.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like, you can have fun with it too. When you're actually in the cockpit, you're driving, maybe because of the way this transmission is, the seats, everything, it just doesn't feel, I don't know how to put it. It doesn't feel like a normal car, I guess. It just feels fun to drive.
Total sleeper.
Yeah, very. Especially in this silver color. Do you know what different colors they made the Sportback Ralliart in?
I think it came in blue, red, white, silver, and a dark gray color.
Okay.
That's all.
In only 2 years. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, this S Sport, it does not like to be shifted too early. You can feel it jerk a little more. You really have to let it like rev out. I feel like second or fourth is like the most fun. Fun, but you don't have to get into too much trouble, you know? Have you taken it up to like fifth and sixth, like foot to the floor?
Yeah.
But does it die down, or?
It definitely dies down really fast.
Especially in sixth.
Yeah.
Is there still some pull in fifth gear?
I mean, enough for like the highway.
Okay.
Like if you need to pass someone,
Right.
fifth gear is all you really need.
Turn right here. Small public roads, fourth gear is where I'll let off. I don't even want to go into fifth gear or sixth gear just to play it safe, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's just so weird to describe it because it really feels like a manual. Like even how like the car, like, how to describe it, like almost like shakes. You know how the transmission kind of vibrates and shakes a little bit, like when I let off the gas like that. Yeah, even stuff like that, it also feels like a manual. It's just so weird and shifts really quick. Camera's picking out some of these sounds too. Pretty good. The HKS, when recirculated, you can barely hear it. Yeah, but also I guess the exhaust note is much louder. That's why. Did you feel a noticeable difference going from the Ralliart to Evo Turbo?
Yeah,
pretty big. Just done driving the Ralliart. We took to the Jeff, testing me to drive the car. Right now I'm going to take him for a little spin in the daily driver, the SI. Alright, gonna take Jeff in right along my little SI. So yeah, 82,000 miles. If I ever do sell it, I don't know, that car will be it. But I love this car. I would have to say among all my daily drivers, so far this one's the most fun. Maybe because of like the power band. But among the 3 cars, this is also my slowest car, which is it's not bad at all though. It's you don't get power until you really bring it up to VTEC, which typical Honda. Second gear, 2000. No power, no power, no power.
Man, that VTEC switchover is so aggressive.
Yeah. Especially with the cams. But that's the thing about Hondas too. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. Gets you in trouble easily because you have to go way up there, and it's also a little bit scary. I don't know how to describe it. Like in your car, maybe with the all drive and everything, it feels a little safer. With Hondas, there's always that, oh shit, it scares me a little bit kind of feeling.
Torque steering.
Yeah, I think so. Very dramatic car. Drama queen. And then, I don't know if you followed my channel long enough. Before this one as my daily driver, I had 2 RSXs. Yeah. And then I also had an EK Civic. Yeah. So I'm huge. Actually, all I ever own is Hondas and Mitsubishis.
Actually, I remember your Type S RSX. You also had
the silver or blue one. The silver one?
I think it's the silver one that had RPF
ones. Yeah.
The same exact. I think same exact ones that are on my car too.
Yeah.
Was that the offset and everything?
Mine were 17.
Oh, are they 17s? Okay.
17 by 9 plus 35.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sold it to a buddy. It was a good car, but I don't know. I like the styling on the RSX Type S more than the SI because they're kind of like almost similar, but I don't know. The SI, there's something about it. I feel like it's more daily driver friendly, but I don't know. Both great cars. This one had more power, but the other one has the hatch space, which is pretty nice. Just got some rolling shots of the Mitsubishi Lancer Ralliart, and also took Jeff and his girl along for a ride along. So all in all, I had a fun time. I hope you guys like it. I'll probably split it to a few different videos, but if you guys stay to the end, not yet subscribed, hit that notification bell and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.